Mukam karoti vachalam pungam langayate grim yatkripa tamaham vande Sri Gurum Dinadharanam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I'll go to the first verse. We start with 46. Yeah. Prahalada Maharaj is continuing to pray, right? We are in the prayers of Prahalada Maharaj. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, Text 46. So far, we have seen how Prahalada Maharaj is glorifying the Lord, pacifying the Lord, Narsimadev. So, these 5 verses are it's explaining the importance of Bhakti Yoga. So, why a question arises here, Prahalada Maharaj is describing the importance of Bhakti Yoga. In the prayers, Prahalada Maharaj is humbly submitting, presenting the importance of Bhakti Yoga to the Lord, so that in future we will also, ordinary living entities, the followers of Prahalada Maharaj will understand, because so this is the motive of this prayer. That's what I understood, because here he is explaining the importance of bhakti. And Lord knows the importance of bhakti. So why this comes in the prayer? This is for us. The Lord, Prahalada Maharaj is praying to the Lord for our benefit. So now he is explaining, in this verse, he is explaining there are 10 processes of 10 methods to get liberation. So what are they? Maunavrita. Okay, tapo, dhyana. So Maunavrita is there. It means to not to speak to anyone, to observe vows, vratas, and gain all kinds of Vedic knowledge, to undergo austerities, to do tapasya, to study Vedas and Vedic literatures, and execute Varnashrama Dharma, to explain Shastras, to stay in solitary place, to chant mantras silently, and to be absorbed in trance. Samadhi. Trance means attaining the samadhi, or trying to practice, attain this samadhi. Samadhi is the last stage, right? In the Ashtanga Yoga. So all these 10 prescribed methods are for liberation. These different methods for liberation are generally only a professional practice, means of livelihood for those who have not conquered their senses. So here a bird comes, Ajitendriya, Prabhupada is saying, Ajitendriya means one who has conquered their indriyas, senses. Ajitendriya means one who have not controlled their senses. So these procedures, what happens, they helps one to get liberation, but they are all very difficult methods. Even if they follow these methods, they have to, for example, if somebody is practicing Ashtanga Yoga, through that Ashtanga Yoga alone, one cannot reach God. They have to finally come to Bhakti Yoga. This Prabhupada is mentioning in many places. Okay, only this process alone cannot lead one to liberation. In case if that leads them to liberation, that liberation is impersonal liberation, not back home, back to Godhead. Okay, that liberation means only getting out of material distress. Means that material problem may not be there, material suffering may not be there. That is that kind of liberation. Not the real liberation is attaining back home, back to Godhead, attaining Krishna Prema. That is the goal of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. But these methods, Prabhupada in the purport is describing very nicely in the purport is very nice. So here, who can achieve devotional service? Kechit kevalaya bhaktaya vasudeva parayana aham dvandvanti karsneya niharam iva bhaskaraha. Only a rare person who has adopted complete unalloyed devotional service to Krishna can uproot the weeds of sinful actions with no possibility that they will revive. He can do this simply by discharging devotional service, just as the sun can immediately dissipate fog by its rays. So, who can remove the sinful reactions easily means one who have taken up unalloyed devotional service. The devotional service has the power to destroy our sinful reactions. If we follow the other methods, like there are lots of remedies given by astrologers also. All these remedies only cut off the weeds, cut off, but the seed will be there inside. Seed will be there, so it will again grow. So the parihara which is suggested by astrologers will not help, will not cut off the sinful reactions totally, or give an end to our karmic reactions. So only bhakti can do that. So Prahalada Maharaj is explaining that only a rare person adapts unalloyed devotional service, which has the power to uproot the weeds of sinful reactions, sinful actions. So just like a sun dissipate the fog. So other methods, the methods like Mauna Vrata, Tapasya, all these things are there. Those 10 processes are very difficult, and that is not for devotees, definitely. So Prabhupada is explaining how Mauna Vrata, what is this Mauna Vrata? These kind of things increases the false ego also of the practitioners. So many places we have seen that, if they practice Mauna Vrata, they develop a lot of ahankar. So Prabhupada is saying it is useless to be keeping quiet, silent. Silence means you have to speak for Krishna. That is a real Mauna Vrata. But the foolish people, they speak rubbish, right? Like a toad. Like a toad, if you see that, it croak, then the snake comes and catches it. So if you see the people, they speak all rubbish, and then they end up here only. They come back to the material world. So here Prabhupada is quoting Srila Rupa Goswami, his first instruction to us, Vacho Vegam Manaso Krodha Vegam, Jivo Vegam Udaropasta Vegam, Etan Veganyo Vishayete Dhira. So one who wants to become a dhira means study in devotional service, they should control the speech, Vacho Vegam, Manasa, control the mind, Udara, eating habits. So all these senses one should practice to control. In devotional service, this is automatically done. So the Bhakti Yoga package gives us the control of senses also. Like for example, we control our tongue by practicing Ekadasi. We control our tongue by only chanting and eating only prasadam, right? And we follow the four regulative principles. All this sense control comes automatically with the package of devotional service. We do it happily to please Krishna, right? It is not compulsory. Like if you follow this yoga and all, it is very difficult. There is no motivation. Here motivation is there. Higher motivation is there. To please Krishna, I am following this. For example, meat eating. So in the beginning, like, I am not from a Brahmin background. I am from a non-Brahmin background. So once I have taken up a devotional service, so I left all these things, no meditating, no intoxication, all these things. So people around me used to ask me, "Oh, how you can even leave onion and garlic." So I had a very beautiful, I used to give a beautiful answer. They say that if you leave onion and garlic, your health may get affected. Onion and garlic are very important for health. All these things they speak. But I used to say, now also I say that I'm doing this to please someone who is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and He is all powerful and He can protect me. He can protect me because I'm doing it to please Him. If whatever you people are saying, like, onion and garlic or meat, they are very good for health. But I'm doing this for the Supreme Lord by His instruction. So He will protect me. So that Bhakti Yoga as the motivation that we have personal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So our renunciation, like our practicing this sense control, all these controls are very easy. In Bhakti Yoga, it is easy. But otherwise, if you practice other Ashtanga Yoga, studying the Vedas and reciting the Vedic literatures, tapasya, all these things are very, very difficult because that as a inner motivation of liberation. Here we have a beautiful motivation that is having a personal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why Bhakti Yoga is very powerful. Bhakti Yoga is how it is powerful because we are taking the help of the Lord to get Him. The means and the goal is same. This is surrender. Bhakti Yoga is surrender. So recently I met one Sri Vaishnava devotees, and they are thinking that Bhakti Yoga and Saranagati are different. The Lakshana of Saranagati is Bhakti Yoga. See, if somebody says that I am a surrendered soul, then that should be, if you are a surrendered soul, that should be in your action. It's not in only words, oh, I am surrendered, so rest is taken care. No. It should be, if you are a surrendered devotee, it will be in practice. It's not only theory. Bhakti is not theory. Prabhupada always writes, Bhakti as devotional service, not only devotion, devotional service. So Saranagati means devotional service. So from surrender, the word surrender, it starts Anukulyasya Sangalpa Pratikulyasya Varjanam Rakshishyati Vishwasho Gopturtve Varnam Tata Atmanikshepa Karpanya Sadvida Saranagati. These are all the Lakshanas, symptoms of Saranagati. Bhakti Yoga itself is very easy. That's what Prahalada Maharaj is saying. All these things, that other process for liberation, they increase the false ego. They are very difficult. But for a devotee, these things are not needed. For a devotee who is following the devotional service, unalloyed devotional service, all these things are already achieved. We may not be able to recite very nicely the Vedic mantras, or we may not be able to do lots of tapasyas, but Bhakti Yoga easily pleases the Supreme Lord. That we will see again. So here, the glories of Bhakti Yoga is also described here. Bhakti Yoga itself, Sarvopati Vinirmuktam. So what is this Sarvopati Vinirmuktam? Tatparatvena Nirmalam. Rishikena Rishikesha Shevanam Bhakti Ruchate. Bhakti, what is the supreme unalloyed devotion means? Sarva Upadi. We leave all identification. I am a male, I am a female, I am this, I am that. All these upadis, all these identities, we leave that. Vinirmuktam. So what is the main goal? Rishikena Rishikesha. We serve the Lord. That is important. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying that what kind, regarding this Nirjana Bhajan. He's criticizing, going to a secluded place, chanting the mantras or doing tapasya, all these things. This is if you don't do devotion service, if you are not involved in preaching, if you are not involved in devotional service, these things will not help. That's what Vaishnava guidelines says. Unless we are involved in devotional service, because our mission as guidelines, we have to chant, we have to involve in book distribution, we have to involve in preaching, we have to involve in services. So all these three main things like Namaruchi, Vaishnava Seva, Jivadaya. All these things are important. If we say I will only chant, then I will chant alone. I go, I like to be a bhajan anandi. I go and sit somewhere and do my bhajan, my own bhajan. Then it is like no, kaitava. Kaitava means cheating, because it's not possible to control the mind only with chanting, or Mauna Vrata, all these things. I do my own tapasya. So here, that's why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our Acharya, is saying that it is not possible. So better you follow the system we have given. This is exception is Haridas Thakur. Not everybody can become Haridas Thakur. Right? So he is an exception. So next verse. Next verse is also a very beautiful verse. By authorized Vedic knowledge, one can see that the forms of cause and effect in the cosmic manifestation belong to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for the cosmic manifestation in his energy. Both cause and effect are nothing but energies of the Lord. Therefore, O my Lord, just as a wise man, by considering the cause and effect, can see how fire pervades wood, those engaged in devotional service understand how you are both cause and effect. So very beautiful verse. That in whatever we see in this world, the cause and effect is Krishna only, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Only devotees can understand this. That's what he is saying. Only devotees who are engaged in devotional service can understand this. How we can see that, wood has fire inside. Wood has, see how fire pervades wood. Wood has fire, once it catches the little bit fire, then the wood burns, right? So in this cosmic manifestation, the cause and effect is Krishna only. So this is only this can be understood by only devotees, not by anybody else. That's what he is saying, because devotees understand that Krishna is the source of everything. Janmadhyasya yataha, first verse in Bhagavatam. And also is Ishvara Paramaha Krishna has Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. And he is the Bijam Mam Sarva Bhuthanam. He is the seed-giving father of all the living entities. So Prabhupada is putting many verses here. So this cannot be, Prabhupada is writing very beautifully, this cannot be understood by so-called silence or by any other hodgepodge method. The supreme cause can be understood only by devotional service. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. Only devotees can understand. Only devotional service make you understand Krishna. Otherwise, he will not reveal himself. He will not reveal the truth. So, verse 48. O Supreme Lord, you are actually earth, air, earth, fire, sky, and water. Means this is material energy. You are the objects of sense perception, the life air, the five senses, mind, consciousness, false ego. Indeed, you are everything, subtle and gross. The material elements and anything expressed either by the words or by the mind are nothing but you. Everything is coming from him. Everything is him. So sarvam kalau idam brahma. Everything is Brahman. So Krishna is pervading everywhere as Brahman. Okay. Nothing exists with it without him. So Maya tatam itam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina matstani sarvabhutani nachaham tesham avastitah. I exist everywhere, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. And everything exists in me, yet I am not visible everywhere. The Lord can be visible only through devotional service. Tatra tistami narada yatra gayanti madbhaktaha. To Narada Muni, Krishna is telling, wherever my devotees chant my glories, there I am there. Okay. Tatra tistami narada yatra gayanti madbhaktaha. So wherever they sing my glories, there I am. So only through devotional service we can understand him. Otherwise, it is not possible to understand him. Neither the three modes of material nature, Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, nor the predominating deities controlling these modes. Who are they? Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu. Nor the five gross elements, nor the mind, nor the demigods, nor the human beings can understand your lordship, for they are all subjected to birth and annihilation. Considering this, the spiritually advanced are taken to devotional service. If somebody is intelligent, they take up devotional service. Such wise men hardly bother with Vedic study. Instead, they engage themselves in practical devotional service. So a question arises, why it is Vedas are Apurushaya, Vedic literatures are given by the Lord himself, then a kind of criticism goes to Vedic studies, why it is. So for this, we need to understand the yoga ladder. Okay. I have explained this in Bhagavad Gita classes, but again, if we revive that a little bit, then we will understand why the Vedic study is not of much importance. There is a Krama Mukti that step by step one can go. So that yoga ladder I'm now explaining. I don't have a picture now, otherwise I could. Anyway, you can understand that. In the if a human being, from beginning I'm explaining, if a human being is not doing any kind of devotional service, if he is only eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, then it is an animal level. Animal level. That is a very lower level. That kind of people are filled in this material world, right? Dvida Pashu, two-legged animals. But a human being think, okay, now I am suffering without material comforts. I want some comforts. I want good health. I want good money. I want a good wife. I want this. I want that. Then the doing uh, idea of doing ritualistic things so that he can get. So this here it is not bhakti. It is a worship of different demigods, worship or sacrifices or such procedures are given to mankind through Vedas. That is called as karma kanda. So from animal level, a person turns to follow karma kanda in the Vedic literatures. Here they follow different rules and regulations. They try to please different demigods. They understand that if we worship different demigods or different authorities, then we gain something. So when they gain something in this process, in the karma kanda stage, a person realizes whatever we gain in this material world is not permanent, and they are not completely giving the satisfaction. When they realize, then they search, they start searching for the real happiness. Then they come to the next level. Or if they associate with some saintly persons or devotees, then also they come to the next stage. Next is karma yoga. Karma yoga, in the beginning, they do something with expectation. Devotional service. Karma yoga is also a kind of devotional service, devotion. They dedicate their actions to the Supreme Lord. Then a stage comes, they act only for the satisfaction of the Lord. Nishkama Karma Yoga. So then when they cross over the Karma Yoga, then they come to the Jnana Yoga. They develop the knowledge. Then they come to the Ashtanga Yoga. See, this Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, all these yoga processes, are there in the Krama Mukti. But one can surpass all these things and directly take up devotional service. So a person who is in this yoga ladder, in Karma Yoga, in Jnana Yoga, in Ashtanga Yoga, may become an impersonalist also. They remain here as impersonalist without understanding who is the Supreme Lord and be in the Brahma Jyoti. Or if they understand who is Supreme Lord, then they take up devotional service, Bhakti Yoga, and then go back home, back to Godhead. So all these processes, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, all this yoga practice, Ayurvedic studies are ultimately, they direct a person to Krishna. But if they don't understand the ultimate point, then it all becomes a waste. All this process become waste. That's why the Vedic study is criticized here. Instead, a person can take directly devotional service. In that also steps are there. Definitely steps are there. But instead of going through a lot of hard work, this is simple. Because normally human beings, if we say something higher thing, this is Krishna Bhakti is very, very higher thing. If we say that you can easily attain this, they don't accept it. For example, I normally give one example to the devotees. Like if we fall sick, it's many of our health problems can be easily solved by simple home remedies. But people now in this Kali Yuga, people have this idea, unless we go to a big hospital, do scanning, do blood test, that test, this test, find out a great doctor and give him a high fees, then he finally prescribes some antibiotic or some painkillers. Then if we spend some good amount of money, then we are satisfied. That I have seen in my experience, which can be solved in a very simple method. Very simple method without anything, without all these things. So similarly, Krishna can be attained in a very simple, true, sincere, but here the word is sincere approach. He is easily attainable. But our human minds are so complicated, very complicated. So we need all this tapasya, this, that, Vedic study, so many things. But devotional service is very simple. Chant and chant and attain. One name is enough. Only one name of the Lord is enough to attain him. But we are so complicated. And that we are not trusting it. We are not trusting this, and it takes times. Maybe it takes many lifetimes. So further, 50th verse. So Prahalada Maharaj is saying, therefore, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all persons, to whom prayers are offered. Prayers are offered only to Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, because without rendering 6 kinds of devotional service unto you, offering prayers, dedicating all the results of activities, worshipping you, working on your behalf, always remembering your lotus feet and hearing about your glories, who can achieve that which is meant for Paramahamsas. So anyone who follows the pure devotional service, is the result is guaranteed. So he is saying that the prayers are meant for you, nobody else. So in this only I have explained all these other processes, and other processes are very inferior to Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is simple, but it is a guaranteed path. Other yoga, a yogic process makes the practitioner very proud, very proud, and there is attack of Maya also. So, but Bhakti Yoga is not like that. It is guaranteed, and it is like there are some very good example given in the Shastras that there are two kinds of babies. One is cat, another is monkey. The cat's mother carry the kitten in its mouth. You might have seen. Cat carries the kitten in his mouth. The monkey doesn't carry the baby. Mother monkey jumps, but the baby monkey catches hold of the mother monkey. If imagine in these two examples, who is powerful, mother or baby? Baby or mother? Mother, right? So many times we might have seen that. I have seen that the monkey babies fall from the trees. Many times I have seen, because the hold of the baby is not so powerful. Like the hold of the mother is powerful. So the Bhakti Yoga is like a cat kitten, a cat carrying the kitten. But the other yogic processes are like this baby monkey catching the mother monkey, because they depend on their strength. The devotee is always not so powerful like the Lord. See, the Bhakti Yoga is like surrendering ourselves, so the Lord takes us. But the other yogic process, Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, all these other processes are depending on our own, the practitioner's own strength. Who is strong? Krishna, Supreme Lord is strong, not the devotee. So here our acharyas, Prahalada Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, all our parampara acharyas says that Bhakti Yoga is the safest path, because we depend on the mother to carry. Mother carries the child easily. So this is what we learn from this. And Prahalada Maharaj is very confident in that, because we have seen in his own life that Prahalada Maharaja followed Bhakti Yoga, but his father followed the yoga. So in this universe, we have heard so many tapasyas, but the Hiranyakashipu tapasya was the best. Right? Hiranyakashipu was the greatest yogi. And we have never heard such a strong, there are many yogis who have performed austerities, but the Hiranyakashipu did the extraordinary tapasya, right? Only bones were there. But what is the use? He didn't have the intelligence by performing such a great austerity. He could have won the heart of the Lord, but he developed a false ego. So see, that's why it is repeatedly told to us that, what is more important is pleasing the Supreme Lord is more important than to perform all these big austerities and Vedic studies, all these things. If all these processes are leading us towards Krishna Prema, then okay, then fine. But if they don't take a practitioner to that goal, then all these things are useless. Correct? Okay. So, any doubts? Comments?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam.
Pranam.
Mataji, this Bhakti Yoga, along with this Bhakti Yoga, Jnana is also required.
Correct.
So without understanding who is Supreme and why we are worshipping Him, so without this understanding, if we does just do our
Then
devotional
it becomes sentiment. Yeah.
Yes.
Sentiment.
Yeah, even in Mayapur, when we came last time, I saw one Mataji, she was carrying one Laddu Gopal in her basket, and we were sitting for prasadam. the same prasadam she was feeding to the Laddu Gopal. And I was surprised to see her because it is already offered and already many devotees have already taken the prasadam. And now again she's feeding the same prasadam. She just did some pranam and then she took the prasadam. So I felt like
it's like a show off now. It is very fashion now. Recently, I also traveled to South India. I have seen a family. They are saying Gopal, Gopal, Gopal. But they were eating all this bread omelette. They have
oh,
Gopal deity, and that lady, time to time take the Gopal deity. She was not, she didn't take any bath or anything, traveling. Gopal deity in the birth and kept,
mm,
Gopal for some time to look at here and there. Like, they are like Sakajas.
Sahaji,
This
yes, yes.
problem happened because, they are not under any guidance.
Uh,
That's the problem. Now in market, we have lots of Laddu Gopals. So
yes.
this is a fashion now, as you say. It's Sagajiyas also a higher level of definition. Sagajiyas also something is there with the Sagajiyas, but these people are not Sagajiyas also. I don't know what terms we have to find out to, because in Mayapur lots this big Radharani, this big
Mm,
Laddu Gopal like Radharani, baby
yes,
Radharani, so many deities because it's become an offense.
yes, Mataji.
And they eat non-veg. They don't follow the basic rules and regulations, but they imagine themselves as devotees, which is I don't know.
Yes, even I heard one lecture one Mataji gave in some Hare Krishna channel something. She told so many rules that Laddu Gopal is not a small doll. You should take care like a DT. It has lot of rules, and but she told everything, but she did not mention about the Brahminical initiation. Actually, it is like for it is like in generally everybody can worship Laddu Gopal, but some rules are there that you have to follow. But she did not mention about the Brahminical initiation and Pancharatrika Vidhi. These things she didn't mention. Then I wrote her on the comment box.
Yeah,
This is a
yeah.
very important thing you didn't tell. So she said, it is actually she is no understanding at all, Mataji. I actually wrote her,
Okay.
uh, no understanding at all,
Yeah.
completely.
I
Then
have seen many young newcomers. They just fall in love or fall in attraction with the deity worship.
mm,
And recently, one girl, very nice. She has lots of interest in devotional service. But in the conversation, she told, "I have Radha Krishna deities."
mm,
So, dear devotees, bhakti means under somebody. You have to
mm,
do anything and everything under somebody. Otherwise, it will not have any effect.
yes,
You may think that you are Radharani, Gopi, anything you can think, but the result will be nothing. Nothing. So that's why we repeatedly say that Guru Parampara under Tatvidi Pranipatene, Pariprashnena Sevaya, Upadekshayanti Te Jnanam, Jnaninas Tattvadarsh. That is more important. Under the guidance, that is very important in every step of our devotional service. Anuragini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hmm.
So nowadays they are getting calendars, Radha Madhav and Guru Maharaj, all photos calendars. So we can keep that Mataji in our house,
Photos,
or we
okay.
can.
Photos, no problem. Deities, it's a little bit rules and regulation. Photo also, we say that, dust should not fall on the photos. You make sure you keep it properly. Don't, uh, you know, take it very cheaply. Give due respect. The Lord is there. In the altar, uh, if there is one altar in everyone's house, we have to keep the altar in there. We have rules, right? Rules and regulations, which level Lord should be kept, what are all the rules and regulations we have to follow. There, if you keep photo also, we need to pay the due respect and devotion, offering the flower, offering the boga, all these things, right?
So we can give photo, Mataji?
Photo is better. See,
Oh.
this Yuga Dharma is chanting. See, the deity worship is better in the temple, not in the house.
Yeah, if someone asking
I
like
told,
that,
I
how
am
we...
telling many new devotees, don't keep deities because Seva Aparad will be there. So, but they don't listen. And this is the problem, no? They think themselves as great devotees. Great devotees, they don't think themselves as great devotees.
So how to avoid a seva aparada, Mataji?
Seva Aparad, unless you are if you are qualified, your Gurudev will give you deities. Your Gurudev will give you deities. Better, we will increase the quality of chanting. Better you increase because this is how, through chanting only, not through deity worship, you are going to achieve Krishna Prem. Through chanting. So that is given to you, no? That you use that. We do a simple deity worship, like we have an altar, we have Lord in the house, but in photo, not in the deities. Deity worship is in the temple. Some are very qualified for that. Such devotees are engaged in that. Nectar of devotion, if you study, in that there are 30 seva aparadas.
Yeah, yes, Mataji.
So, if somebody, I have seen many devotees, they have all deities at home, all deities. And, they, big deities. They say that in home, okay, fine. In home, it's fine. I don't agree for that. In home or in temple, if you have deity, deity means deity. If we don't follow the proper rules, so if we have a deity, if we don't install proper date, there is a installing procedures also. If we don't do that, I have heard in a Steve Vaishnava lecture that, other entities enter into the deities, not the Lord.
Other entity means
Understand, you try to understand.
Krishna.
Somebody else will come and take your offerings. Oh.
Ghost, like.
Yeah, ghost. So if you don't do the proper installation of the deities, that is done only in the temple. Okay, so be careful. If it is not approved by your spiritual master, better don't do. An approval is given for the chanting and the things, right? That you do, no? Okay. Rohini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Dandat Pranam.
Very nice lecture.
Thank
Actually, I was studying 6th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, and I just ended up writing about Samadhi, the yoga, perfection of yoga, and you started with that. I felt so connected.
Connected, no? Yes. Here only the yoga leader comes.
Right.
Bhagavad Gita. So,
Yeah, and I have a question, Mataji.
yes.
So Hiranyakashipu did yoga, right? So you say like that's the best yoga. Yoga means like ceasing all the material desires, and perfection of yoga is like realizing super soul through the trance. So didn't he realize the super soul, Mataji, when he did yoga for that many years?
The yoga he has done perfectly,
Right.
but his goal was different.
Goal is different, right?
So accordingly, you are rewarded. So he was directing his yoga. He's directing his all these things to Brahma.
Brahma, okay.
Okay, he was
meditating
invoking
on
Brahma. So Brahma, Lord came through
right.
Brahma. In Brahma also Paramatma is there.
Yes, true.
It's also Paramatma, but it was not given to him. If you don't do sincere devotional service, it will not be revealed to you. One more example I can give you in this. If you study Bhagavatam, there is Atri Muni.
Yes, Mataji.
You know Atri Muni. Atri Muni was again yogi. And he don't know who is Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Oh,
So he was randomly praying. So all the three Murtis come.
Right.
So it was not revealed. If you are not sincere in your search, so Krishna will not reveal.
Oh, okay. Good.
That will not be
I think,
revealed.
Yeah, there is Samadhi. Prabhupada said, like, Samadhi is two types, Sampragnata and Asampragnata. I think Hiranyakashipu did Sampragnata by various philosophical researchers and, like, for the material desires. Yeah. Asampragnata, Prabhupada says, no longer connecting with the mundane pleasures. I just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Hare
Thank
Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna. So,
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
yes, Janaki.
Mataji, here Hiranyakashipu were talking. See, this Dhruva Maharaj also went with the intention of material gain, but later he turned to a devotee. So how
How to
he
understand that?
how to understand this?
But
How to
his
compare?
spiritual master is right, no? Yeah, he
Okay.
had material desire, but his spiritual master, his spiritual
Okay.
master guided him in this process. And once he saw the Lord, or the audience with the Lord, because his method was very powerful, spiritual master was authorized, bona fide, and method is also bona fide. He followed sincerely. So once you have the darshan of the Lord, then the change is guaranteed.
Okay.
Guaranteed. That's the thing. Like if this yoga, which Guru Maharaja did, is to the Guru Parampara. His spiritual master guided him. So, in the right spiritual master guides you to the right direction. You may have material desire. We are all like that only.
Yes.
I have lots of material desire. And I don't know what is devotion and all. It's through the Guru Parampara which is saving, protecting us.
Yes. Mataji.
So, what was the best thing in Guru Maharaja case was the spiritual master and the Lord came. So, association with the Lord changed him. Takshanat. But he did the effort. He did the effort. Though it is for material benefit, but he approached Chaturvida Bhajante Mam. He's one among them. No, who wanted wealth. So, whatever reason you approach Supreme Lord, you will be given the higher thing, Krishna Prema. Whatever reason, for you are distressed, you want money, you are curious. Among these four, only the Gyanis are best, one who is really want to know the Lord. But other three are materially motivated. Even if you are materially motivated, if you take up Krishna consciousness, you will be awarded the better thing. That's the beauty of bhakti. Akama sarvakamo va moksha kama udarati tivrena bhakti yogena yajete purusham param. You have material desire, you don't have material desire, you desire for liberation. In any case, you surrender to Krishna. Because Krishna will give you the ultimate one.
Yes.
The power of devotional service, power of the spiritual master. All these things to added to the success of Dhruva Maharaj. Later, Dhruva Maharaj laments very much. So when diamond is there, I went for the stones. He was crying. When he was awarded unlimited life here in material world, he was crying. So what a mistake I did. He's still here, but his planet is Vaikuntha planet.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Rohini.
I have a question following like Narad Muni. So
Yes.
Narad Muni also got the association of the Chaturmasya, like the devotees,
Yeah,
right?
Bhakti
So,
Vedantis.
yeah,
Bhakti Vedantis.
Bhakti Vedantis. And for him, like Lord appeared and then he disappeared. He told him to do more dham yatras and do sadhana. Then he'll become
In
person.
the next life, he became
In the next life.
Narad Muni.
So why for Dhruva only instantly and for Narada Muni it's like long?
Dhruva Maharaj life was different and Narad Muni's life was different. Dhruva Maharaj had the association of Narad Muni.
Narada Muni.
Narad Muni got the association, but it was not, kind. He had the remnants. And one mistake, as a maidservant's son, he made one mistake, that he was doing tapasya in the forest. If he would have been with the devotees association, then it would have been different.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes.
So this is what, these are all Bhakti
Yeah.
classes.
Oh,
Bhakti
okay.
Vaibhav classes. So the problem happened was that he was in forest. Forest
Yeah.
is the mode of goodness. To come to ultimate Krishna, I mean, to get the Krishna Prema, you should be beyond modes. You should
Oh.
cross over Sattva Guna also. Living in forest is Sattva Guna.
Got
Sattva-guna.
it.
You have to cross over Sattva-guna also. So anyway, he attained. After that, also he
Right.
did endeavor, and the next he became Narad Muni. Narad Muni is
Right.
eternal position.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
that he attained. So this is the reason.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Great.
Krishna. So, okay. So we will complete Prahalada Maharaj's prayer. And I was thinking about one women topic again. So next week will be that. Let it be suspense, because I accumulated lots of connecting points. So I thought in between we will, because we women should understand more about womanly duties. So next week will be that. I will mention that in our group. Can't wait. Oh, this is about sati practice. Our okay, because it is a request from dear Govinda Priya, so I am declaring that. I came to know a lot of informations about sati practice and how a widow should lead a life. So that is for all. Fortunately, all our ladies are Sumangalis, but still we need to know how women should lead her life if she becomes a widow. That will be our focus of our topic next week. Or what were the practice of sati and how strong ladies were there. Those glories also I will narrate how some great ladies, they did wonder in their life. Those things we will. I collected a lot of points in this subject. So I was thinking, okay, I should share. Okay. Anuragini?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, actually Narada, when he leave that body, so after that he gets spiritual body. So how it actually happened, Mataji? Actually, he means spiritual body means he has to be in a spiritual planet.
Yeah, he went to spiritual planet,
Spiritual
but
planet.
because he is always in Vaikunta, but Krishna gave him a special service that he
Okay,
can be
Mataji.
there also.
But
He can be.
he
Yeah,
observed and meditate on the annihilation time. He meditate on Lord. It has been mentioned.
he is always meditating. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
he's always meditating. But when the pralaya time, no, Mataji, that time he quit his body.
No,
No, not like that.
not like that. See,
Hmm.
his life ended as a maidservant, son of maidservant.
Okay.
So means after that lifetime he attained. He attained Vaikunta.
Oh, how he attained Mataji? Actually, he meditated, and then Krishna also told that you more hankering it's happened, your all material things will go off.
See, in that life, for example,
Hmm.
he was a small boy, right? He was
Okay.
searching for the Lord, and he was
Lord.
doing meditation or whatever it is. So, in that life, a Lord came once only.
Once.
That's all. Then he didn't appear to him at all. So
Hmm.
throughout life, for example, around 10 years, he heard the voice of the Lord.
Hmm.
And he lived for 100 years.
Hmm.
After 90 years, he couldn't see the Lord. That's the understanding I have.
Hmm.
After 90 years, he was searching.
Meditating.
Then he left the body, then attained spiritual
Spiritual.
Vaikunta. Then his eternal form is Narada Muni. Everyone has eternal form. That he got. And then there he had the desire to, he has compassion for the suffering fallen souls in the material world. So he's allowed to travel. He's there also, here also.
Okay. He's transferred to spiritual world.
He's there in
Yeah.
spiritual world only.
Okay, okay.
But he is allowed here also.
Traveling.
Once Hiranyakashipu only, he wanted to kill Narad Muni. He cannot kill Narad Muni because it is not material body. Only material body can be killed. The spiritual body cannot be killed. He tried to kill him, but he cannot kill him. Narad Muni is unique, not Rishi of this world. Like there are many rishis here, in, as I said, Atri Muni, many rishi, this Vashishta, many rishis are, Shabda rishis are there, many rishis are there. They are here in material world. They are not like ambassadors from spiritual world. Narad Muni is allowed there also, here also. He is preaching now also, but not so easily visible. Prabhupada has seen in some conversation we had. Yeah, Prabhupada.
Yeah, he saw Narada Muni.
Narada Muni. Yeah. It's only great, exalted. He's like, he's as good as God, because in many Bhagavatam descriptions says Lord Narada.
Equal to.
Yeah, he's spiritual master, is Lord Narada. Right? Not in a Mayavadi standard. We understand, but he is Narada Muni.
Okay, got it.
Fine.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, dear devotees, we will meet next Tuesday. Vanchakalpadarubhasya kripasindhibhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo.
Accept my humble
Thank you.
obeisance.
Hare Krishna.